Testing 1, 2. What the hell happened? Looks like we're connected again. I have no idea what happened there. Good morning, everybody. There, those of you who are here, this thing died. All right. So I guess you're going to slowly roll in. Do I have to refresh this even? I had 2 streams, did I now? Let me check something here. That didn't even make any sense. I'm going to go to my dashboard. Well, I hope y'all... Let's go to my studio here. Sorry, gang. I guess we're going to have to let people roll in. Good morning, AD. I have no idea what the hell's going on here. Can you hear me on this one? Or is it am I somewhere else? Hang on. There were 2 separate streams. I had 2 of them going. Is this one the one that's working? Oh, look at that. What the hell's going on? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, well, we're going to kill the other one. Just so no one makes that mistake. The one that's live. Oh, wait. Well, let me check. God dang. So anyway, we had some technical difficulties, and this had nothing to do with me. All of a sudden, the stream started, then it stopped, and it said I had 2 of them going, and I have no idea why. Anyway, it's Metal Monday. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you had a good weekend. I sure did. Nothing planned, nothing gained, nothing lost, and nothing, what rhymes with that? I don't know. Feigned? No, I had a weekend where I didn't have to be anywhere. I had to be here because we had 2 work parties over the weekend. My wife's on Saturday and mine on Sunday. And so I got to spend the whole weekend pretty much, let's see, let me think of how many hours I spent in the pool. I'm guessing at least over the weekend, 8 in the pool. That's just not just around the pool, but in it. We just floated, hung out, and drank beer and had some good barbecue. And not barbecue, we grilled some dogs and stuff. And it was a great weekend. So I'm dumping the old one. I hope. Oh, this is weird. Why did... That's last time. So we're deleting that. And hopefully it doesn't script everything. Take a chance on me. Yeah, I'm deleting the other one because I don't want anyone stuck over there. No, I wasn't Epstein. I have no idea what's going on here. Looks like this one's working, but it says there's 14 people here. Okay, that's close enough. Anyway, welcome to the Morning Night Live Monday show, Metal Monday. And the music's a little loud, but that's okay. That might just be on my end. But for you, well, welcome. And I'm going to talk about some pew-pew events that happened over the weekend. And it was a whole, a lot of lead was flying. And so we're going to talk about that. Ben Crump is grifting again and trying to wreak havoc in my city, which I say my city is my general area, my metro. And then a good guy with a gun. A good guy with a lead projectile instrument tool took care of some stuff too. So that's how it's going to be. Thanks for actually finding the right show this time. Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night.
All right. Hello, everybody. Stop the music, please.
Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet, and welcome to the P-Dog Night channel. Now, I'm having some challenges this morning. I do not know why. This thing that I call that my software here decided to change. I don't know what happened. This is weird. So I'm going to fix this because I can't. Let's see if this works. Is that the right show? Let's see. Give me 1 second. It's going to show me the right show here. Because I haven't even... Oh, good God. A failure response from Minds. Okay, is my computer even working? Let's try this one. Okay, that one worked. Okay, I don't know. So anyway, let me just... I'll get you up to date on what's going on here. My show somehow opened two windows, and I don't know. Let's see if this bookmark's right here. It starts with APTBX copy. That looks right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is just maddening. So anyway, welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet, and welcome back to the P-Dog Night channel on this Monday, the 18th of July, 2022. Let's see if that works. Or is it just that mine is not responding? There it worked. Okay, that worked there. Did it work on there? It worked on Cloud Hub. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I did. Saturday, my wife had her work party at our house around the palatial palace and pool that I never wanted in the first place, but it came with the house because we got a great deal on the house. And then on Sunday, I had my work friends over, and so basically, I spent most of the weekend in the pool or around the pool, drinking soft drinks and sometimes non-soft drinks, and it was just a veritably relaxing. Do very little weekend, although we had to clean up after both parties, but it wasn't that bad. It is nice thing is we set the party up so that all we had to do between the two is take one down and take the food down and leave all the tables and all the setup there and then just put the stuff back out the next day. So the next day setting up was a breeze, and that was great. I enjoyed it. We had a great weekend. You know what else the other thing I'm doing here? I know that, let's see, let me check something. I know that my friend's streaming over at the other place here. I just want to double check if he's still going. He was, yes, he is. So we'll have to send Jack, and here I'm going to send Jack a DM here. In fact, let me copy this. Let me do the paste. Go to my DMs and. Oh, shoot. What the hell? What is going on with my computer? I hope this stream doesn't die again. I can't tell. Looks like, okay, I'm still connected there. 25 people. Well, I was going to say, while you're watching me make the donuts, you could hit the like button and share the stream. But I don't know why you would share this because this is crazy. I'm just trying to send a DM. Damn it. At ranting. Good God. Yeah, that's what I want. And at the Jack next. If you don't mind, send people over when you're done. And there's my show. There we go. Anyway, so happy Monday. It's Metal Monday. It's Metal Monday. And holy shit, the weekend that I didn't really see, I
opened up the old internets when I got done with parties and stuff and saw that there was a whole bunch of crap going on in the world. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today, like we always do. And in fact, I'll give you some updates on things that are happening right now, because there's a few things that are trending in the news. And that's what I do here at the Morning Night Live. I like to make sure that you are well informed and have things to talk about. I do have my cooperation in the Trail Stop Cup and Trail Stop Tavern, where we do occasionally do trail stop streams on the weekends, although in the summer it gets sketchy because we have so much stuff going on. But I do have the cup because Lou gave me a cup. Anyway, let's say good morning, everybody, and get this damn thing started, because, and this is no truer statement has ever been made on the planet. Can you understand what I'm saying? I don't even know. I hope so, because this message tells me there's more technical difficulties. Anyway, thank you, Chicago Mike. And Chicago Mike, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Dropping a big bullet in the tip jar, who says this show is brought to you by technical difficulties. Good. Nickel difficulties. Okay, I'm just playing. If you heard the music, you probably knew that I was just doing that on myself. But that's what he wrote here. So I'm reading what he wrote because that's how I am. If you write something, I'm going to read what you write, unless I have to censor it because you said some shit that I get in trouble for. But you guys rarely do that. You are the best audience of chatters and super chatters and streamlabbers and all that shit. And I appreciate you. And thank you again, Chicago Mike. You're a gentleman and a scholar, or something like that. Anyway, first the chat today, and the person who gets the first in the chat bell would be Advocatus Diabli, who made it here and was probably here for both the split streams. Also, good morning, Jethro Hetero, Ty Alexander, Mike Savage, Blarg, Keebler's in the house, Attack Alpaca, I already said Jethro Hetero, Dad Wasteland, Chicago Mike, Somnambule Nation, good morning. Also, good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
And, you know what I didn't do? I meant to do this a long time ago. I meant to, where is it? There we go. Also, good morning, GDSOB, Annalyn Mansquatch, Jedi Ghost Bears in the house, good Lord Stanhope, Asia Research Directorate, Rachel Madhouse Dildo, and Dom O'Leary, what's up? Came over from Monkey. Yes, Monkey and Jack Live. Thanks, fuck this late. I need to sleep after my birthday. And what? Wait, is it your birthday? Happy birthday, Dom O'Leary. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dom O'Leary. Happy birthday to you. Awesome. And also, good morning, too. Let's see. Maddie's in the house. Also, good morning to Neon Leon. Damian Gershwin. Did I say that? Yeah, Damon Gershwin, what's up? I changed shapes just to hide in this place, but I'm still an animal. Okay, I don't know what that means. That's a song. Also, hello to, is that everybody? I can't tell. Did I say Man Squatch or Episkipos? What's up? Nice to see you, 5Z. And Riesler. Riesler's in the house. Nice to welcome back, Riesler. All right, I'm going to turn the music down. Or just off, because let's get into some serious things. No, let's talk about what's happening in the news right now, because did I send that right? I did send that right. Here, hang on, I'm gonna send them a chat. Let's see, am I gonna hear their voices? No, I'm not. Do you want to hear their voices? Wait, what's going on over here? This shit ain't working. Here we go. No, it's Mr. Jack. I DM'd ED
link to today's show, if you will. ... There we go. All right. All right. I left that. Where am I here? What's happening in the news today? That's what we talk about. This show's just not going well for me. Jay Pylon, what's up, my brother? All right. So in the news this morning, a few things that are trending in the news that you're probably going to be hearing a lot about in the next few days. One that I really don't know that I give a shit about, Meghan Markle, but she is trending on Twitter today, and apparently there's a book that has come out that, is what do they call it? When they spilling the tea on Meghan Markle. There's all kinds of articles in the Washington Post. They have dropped like 4 different articles in the last 12 hours, and also the Daily Mail. Apparently, Prince Harry's friends at Eton University have asked Meghan Markle, or not happy that he was dating Meghan Markle, and not because of bigotry, but just because they thought she was a bitch. Anyway, good morning. Good morning, Nomad, formerly known as MC. Stop. Hammer time. And Renee Mayette. Good morning. So anyway, there's an article. The big one though is the article in the New York Post, and I think the Daily Mail also put this one out, where they're saying that Prince Harry's friends said he was fucking nuts for dating Meghan Markle. In a new book, Prince Harry's pals from England's prestigious Eton College said he was fucking nuts for dating Meghan Markle after she berated them for their jokes about sexism, feminism, and transgender people. A new book claims the Duke of Sussex invited Markle, then his girlfriend, to meet his friends during a shooting weekend at the royal family's Sandringham country estate in 2016 for endless banter, jokes, and a lot of drinking. Well, I fit right in with those guys. Anyway, according to Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors, excerpts of which were obtained by The Sun. Now, this is not The Sun. This is the New York Post. I'm not sure why but anyway, they're reporting on it all over the place. Hello, Simon Wolfwood, and who else? Someone else. Aaron Meredith, and my favorite Canadian Jaeger ponies in the house. Nice to have you all here. Anyway, I'm sorry, I need to get back to the story. But Markle. Oh wait, the group of Sandringham included 16 of Harry's pals, as well as their wives and girlfriends. But Markle did not enjoy the comedy among the friends, according to the book written by British journalist Tom Bauer. Without hesitation, Meghan challenged every guest whose conversation contravened her values, the book claims, instead of shutting the fuck up like someone new to the group should do until she gets the lay of the land. But instead, she found herself, I'm not reading the article anymore, I'm just telling you what I think. Instead, she got offended by every fart joke and jokes about women who should be making sandwiches and, the kitchen thing, the kitchen thing and cleaning bathrooms that women should do. But no, she did not appreciate those jokes, and she said, according to Harry's friends, again and again, she reprimanded them about the slightest inappropriate nuance. Nobody was exempt. Harry apparently had not anticipated Meghan's reaction, and that's why his friends thought he was fucking nuts for dating this harpy. Anyway, he's married to the harpy now, and the books come out, and I'm sure everyone in the royal family will be just thrilled to read about Meghan Markle more than they already have. So, there we go. Ta-ta. Anyway, good morning, Merle Davis. What's happening? I wouldn't trust her with a knife. Think about this, man. I'm going to try to put this gently. How pussy whipped is this dude that he gave up his family for this hoe? Anyway, I shouldn't call her a hoe. She's probably not a hoe. She actually, what's that show she was in? Suits.
That was a good show. I liked Suits. Did I fuck up and do? Oh shoot! I messed up the Streamlabs Superstar spots today because I forgot to reset the stream labels. See, making salad, or what is it? What is it when you're making the not making the salad? That's making the donuts. Whatever is challenging sometimes. All right. Am I goofy enough yet today? This is just not working. She gets in the crawl space. Oh damn. Last place I would put her is in the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know. They should be making sandwiches and caring for the children. Quick, grab the smellings. Well, okay, so anyway, I'm sure that they're not. Anyway, she's trending, though, like all over Twitter, because it's not, apparently this book has given lots of juicy gossip. There was another, what was the other story? Let's see, did the shooting weekends, we talked the jokes. Yeah, we already got that part. Here's a video from one of Meghan Markle's, the Duchess of Sussex schoolmates, on how she reached out to her. She was raised well by her mom. I'm sure King Archie Harrison and Queen Lilibet Diana are blessed. What? What? Okay, let's. I'm just curious now. There's a video that someone posted here. Let's. It's only like a minute some long. Shall we watch the video? I have no idea what I'm getting into here. I just have no idea. But we're gonna watch this little video. Some heffa here going to talk about Meghan Markle.
Here, if you ever need me, I love you, Meghan.
Oh, sweet.
It's Meghan Markle's loving handwritten letter to a former classmate found after 20 years.
Aww.
Never stop sharing your beautiful spirit.
Aww.
And always remember how special you are.
Michelle Fanara is speaking out for the first time about the letter she found tucked away in her high school yearbook. It was penned by Meghan Markle.
Why is this?
Now
Why
famous
is this?
signature calligraphy.
To have somebody reach out that's not in your circle of friends, to reach out to you and say, hey,
Why did they put this?
if you ever
what?
need anything, I am here for you. That is pretty special.
Okay.
Michelle-
Oh, whoa. Hey, hold up now. Hold up now. I just thought of something because I don't know why they put this heifer up here. But anyway, someone she barely knew. She wrote a nice note to her in high school or some shit. I think she should collect on that right now. It's in writing. If you ever need anything.
Went to the all-girls Immaculate Heart High School in Hollywood
Immaculate
with Meghan.
Heart.
During her senior year, Michelle was shy and heartbroken over the loss of her great aunt.
And still a
That's
heifer.
when the future American princess took the time to write this caring letter.
I wanted to retreat into my own shell, and Megan was like,
Okay,
no,
wait.
no,
Let me
no,
see
no,
if I
you
can figure out what
can't
the
do that.
purpose of this was.
And she
Because
just kept pulling me out of my shell a little bit.
hang on.
While watching Meghan's
Here's a video of
royal
one
wedding,
Meghan Markle, the
Michelle
Duchess of
suddenly
Sussex
remembered
schoolmate, on
she
how she
still
reached
had
out
that
to her.
letter
She was
written
raised
so
well by her
long
mama.
ago.
I went looking like,
Okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
okay, I
do.
don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Jesus Christ. Why did I play that? Anyway, before meeting Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan did charitable work on her own. In 2015, she became a United Nations women's advocate for women's political participation and leadership. And now she's leading Harry straight to hell. God. What? Okay, here's one. Let's see. That's the fucking nuts for dating. Mark, where's that other? The New York Post put several articles. Oh, she was furious over the Vanity Fair cover that announced her relationship to Harry. Let's check this one out. Should we just do gossip shit all day? Should I just skip the pew pew news? No, I'm going to do the pew pew news. But this is fascinating to me that people care about this. Meghan Markle, furious over Vanity Fair cover that announced her relationship to Harry, probably because it made her look terrible. Anyway, Meghan Markle's excitement being the cover of Vanity Fair magazine turned into hysteria and rage. I can't imagine Meghan Markle having rage. Oh, maybe I can. I don't know. I did, but let me just go back to this again. I thought she was very good in that Suits show on USA Network. They had the show Suits. That's a good show, and she was pretty good on it. Anyway, let's see. Meghan Markle's excitement about the cover of Vanity Fair magazine turned to hysteria and rage after the magazine focused on her relationship with Prince Harry instead of her acting and philanthropy, according to a bombshell new book about the royal couple. Bitch, hardly anyone knew who you were, even though you were in a TV show. You were not okay. You were okay in Suits. You were pretty good in Suits, but nobody cared about that. You're having a relationship with a fucking prince.
in he's like fifth in line. Who's in line succession? It's the brother, right? The bald brother. He's the one who's in line like first. If it went because there's Charles, but I don't know if Charles. It's rumored that Charles might just say "fuck it, I ain't doing it" and just go to the next one, which would be Prince. What's the brother's name? Not the brother. He's not a brother, but you know what I mean. What's the brother's name? Oh, anyway. In revenge. Oh, she was Prince Harry and in a bomb. In revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the war between the Windsors, British journalist Tom Bauer said Meghan was ecstatic when the magazine agreed to do a story about her and put her on the cover of the September 17, 2017 issue. But when the magazine used the headline, "She's just wild about Harry," it wasn't about her. It was about Harry, and did not focus on her work as an activist and a philanthropist. Look, you know what? You know why I didn't focus on your work as an activist and a philanthropist? Because nobody knew. People never heard of you other than the fact that you were in the TV show Suits, you moron. Anyway, but when the magazine used the headline, "She's wild about Harry," blah, 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 and Meghan was furious with her U.S. public relations company, Sunshine Sachs, according to excerpts from the book published in the Times. Okay. She should have been mad about this cover, although she is kind of cute. I don't care. But anyway, I'm done talking about her because I can't do it anymore. Let's see. What else is trending in the news? This show sucks. I tell you, I know it. You don't even have to tell me it sucks. I already know. But anyway, I'm glad that 30 of you are here. By the way, hit the like button, share the stream before, during, after the stream, although you may have second thoughts after this beginning. And also, please sponsor the show at PDogNight.live. You can have your stuff read, just like Chicago Mike. Chicago Mike, you are officially the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor today, even though it doesn't say it up wherever it is up there normally. And but if you want to sponsor the show, you can do that at Streamlabs at PDogNight.live, or using the YouTube super chats down there, or there's a couple other options in the description down below. Also, if you're watching a replay, put a comment in the comment section. Put a comment in the comment section about how bad the beginning of this show sucks. I can take it. I will fully embrace the fact that the beginning of this show sucks. Moving on. Also in the news today is Betsy Devos. Now, do you remember Betsy Devos? Who knows who Betsy Devos is? Under President Donald John Trump, Betsy DeVos was the Secretary of Education. She headed up the Department of Education as the sausage, making the sausage. That's what I was trying to remember. Asia Research Directorate. Someone said something, teeing the sausage and tossing the salad. No, we're not tossing the salad. We're not teeing the sausage. We're making the sausage. Hello, Fight for Our Rights. Yes, it's weird. Anyway, Betsy DeVos is trending. Former Department of, what's her name? Secretary of Education. Yes. And that means she ran the Department of Education, which is a department that I think is completely useless and redundant in the United States of America. The state departments of education are far more important. All education is local, and it should be local. But we have a United States Department of Education, right? Well, Betsy DeVos, God love her, has called for the abolishing of the Department of Education. Now, I just can't wait to read some of the comments because everyone hated her anyway. But I think her ideas were good, especially when it came to Title IX and, that issue where they were having the kangaroo courts in colleges over allegations of certain types of unwanted sexual activity that were so often fake. Well, anyway, Betsy DeVos calls for the abolishing the Department of Education. Does anyone have a thread in this? Because I really don't want to read an article on it. Betsy DeVos just called for the abolishing of the Department of Education. She made the comments at an event in Florida plotting a far-right takeover of local school boards nationwide. No. Parents who are sane want to take over their school boards nationwide. Oh, Dash is tweeting about this. Dash Dabrowski. Dash, remember Dash? He's that goofy dude who I don't know where he just came out of nowhere. But did I start following him? I should follow him.
He's a lolcow. Oh, he's a UCLA political science major graduating in 2023. So he's a senior at UCLA. Betsy Devos said she wants to abolish the Department of Education. This is the GOP's plan. Eliminate books, fire liberal teachers, place curriculum in the hands of state Republicans. I am a college student. Let me tell you, the GOP just buried themselves with young voters. Fuck off, Dash. Who cares? What do you think? Oh, but Gavin Newsom's kind of unhappy about it. Republicans are trying to destroy public education, banning history, banning books, banning student speech. Bullshit. You lying prick. It's you leftist professors and politicians who want everyone to be like you, and you don't want to teach them how to think, you want to teach them what to think. And the Department of Education is the most redundant, useless fucking agency in the United States government. Again, education is local. We don't need your stupid. All they do is try to. They do. I suppose they do one thing. Oh, pronouns is trending. Great. I didn't even see that. I'll get back to that. I want to see that. Anyway, let's see. But there's a lot of people who are not happy. Betsy DeVos wanting to abolish the Department of Education isn't surprising at all. All of Trump's cabinet appointees had conflicts of interest with the industries they regulated. It was a cabinet designed to destroy their departments. Political arson by the corporate elite. Nope. That's been Republicans have wanted to get rid of the Department of Education for a while because it's just redundant and useless. And trying to demand what the departments do from the top down, education, look, let's put it this way. And I have a question for you. This is a rhetorical question, but if you want to answer it in the chat, you may. Let's see. Let me check something. Let's look this up. Let's see. When was the U.S. Department of Education created? Nope, not labor. I hit the wrong one. When was the U.S. Department of Education made? So let's get the answer to this. The Department of Education began operating May 4th, 1980. Now, this figures. That figures. So under James Earl Carter, he formed the U.S. Department of Education, May 4th, 1980. In fact, here, let's look at the Wikipedia article on this. Because I've got a feeling, that this was a disaster. The United States Department of Education is a cabinet-level department of the United States government. It began operating May 4th, 1980, having been created by the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, which was split into the Department of Education, the Department of Health and Human Services, and by the Department of Education Organization Act, which President James Earl Carter signed into law October 17th, 1979. The Department of Education is administered by the United States Secretary of Education. It has 4,400 employees, the smallest staff of the cabinet agencies, and an annual budget of $68 billion. Holy shit. It's just another way to launder money through the IRS. Anyway, the President's 2023 budget request for this is $88 billion, which includes funding for children with disabilities, pandemic recovery, early childhood education, Pell Grants, Title I, work assistance, and among other things. Its official abbreviation is ED. DOE refers to the Department of Energy, but it is also abbreviated informally as the Department of Education. So that's where the Pell Grants come from. That's where some of the food programs come from. But they could do that through what's the other one? Not housing or Department of Health and Human Services. So you could get rid of the Department of Education because all they do is do top-down mandates, what people need to do. And hey, my question. I never asked the question. Here's the question. So do you think that since May 4th, 1980, do you believe that the Department of Education has improved education in the United States of America? Or do you think the Department of Education in the United States of America has had no impact on education in the United States of America? Or do you think the U.S. Department of Education has worsened
education in the United States of America? You can just type in the chat. I don't care. I'm not going to make a poll today, but I'm just curious. P-Dog Night, America spent $795 billion in local, state, and federal money on its K through 12 public schools for the 2019-20 school year. That is an insane amount of money, over $750 billion. Now, look, it's not so much that we spend so much money on education. It's that there's no correlation between the amount of money spent and the results of education. So, for example, if you come to the Twin Cities, by far the most money spent per pupil on education in the Twin Cities is the Minneapolis public schools, right? But they have some of the worst results. Now, I don't know if it's because of who they're trying to do, who trying to help, or they're just trying to do too many things, or spending too much money talking about pronouns and other bullshit. But they're not getting the results. And in fact, the school district that I go to, or my kids went to in the Twin Cities, has one of the lower per pupil expenditures per student, and yet has some of the highest testing scores in the state. So there's no correlation. In fact, I remember my kids, we sent them to a little Montessori preschool that was like traditional Montessori. Like they had they're all about those Montessori materials. They had all kinds of toys and things that were all learning materials, right? But the kids just liked them because you could kind of have hands-on experience. And these are like 3, 4, 5-year-olds, preschool, right? Every kid from that Montessori school, before they went to elementary school, could do basic math. Most of them could read, like second or third grade level. My daughter was reading at the 4th grade level when she got into kindergarten. And there was all kinds of stuff it was cheaper than any daycare that we could have ever had. It was just like this Montessori preschool in the basement of a church that they rented space in the church, and they didn't spend hardly anything per student. And every one of those kids that I go and see, because some of those kids we still know their parents these days, all the kids are successful now. They're all in their 20s, and they're just, it's not about how much money you spend. It's the quality of the work, the quality of the teaching, the quality of the people who want their kids to learn. There's a whole lot of things that go into that, and spending money at the federal level hasn't improved a damn thing. It hasn't done a damn thing. Other than, now, the one area that I think it's helped is in some of the nutrition programs they have for kids who are low income. But now it's at a point in some of these schools, you don't even have to be low income to get the free food, the free breakfast at school anymore. So, because, oh my God, there might be a stigma to, being the only one who gets free food. So now they just do it for everybody. And it's like, why? We can afford to feed our kids. And I don't have a problem if kids do go in and take advantage of those programs, but it just didn't make any sense. Anyway, she has, she's right. She's spot on. And all these leftists, like, look, I'm gonna show you some of the responses to this because they're typical. This dickhead Brooklyn dad defiant. He cracks me up. He got kicked off of Twitter for a while, but somehow he got back on. Betsy Devos, the former Secretary of Education, wants to abolish the Department of Education. Her former boss, the former President of the United States, wants to abolish democracy with the big lie. False! Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Trumpism needs to be abolished. Oh, fuck. Here's one called to action. Fuck Betsy Devos. Oh, that's pithy and very intelligent conversation. Ever wonder why the Christo-fascists on SCOTUS are fixated on the domestic supply of infants? Religious lunatics like billionaire Betsy Devos have deep financial ties to the adoption industry and stand to make a killing. What? Okay, you're just making shit up. Demonist Betsy Devos should be criminally charged for helping for-profit colleges defraud students and stealing millions of dollars of PPP COVID relief. She and her Blackwater terrorist brother Eric Prince belong in Guantanamo. Oh my God, you stupid people. Anyway, a lot of people bitching about Betsy DeVos. She's 100% right. Get rid of the fucking Department of Education. Every level. I'll leave this up. This is like just a bevy of all the left-wing lunatics who hate anything that he suggests. But there is absolutely a good case for Oh, there's me. I'm on that list. Well, we're talking about it anyway. Bishop, what's up? Nice to see you. Also, Crackshot and anyone else? Did I miss anybody? I've got y'all. And real quick, thank you. Oh, we have sponsors. All right, it's time for a little music because FTG Farms is in the house. Okay, FTG Farms dropping a small bullet into the tip jar. Who says, hello, in partnership with Somnum. Oh, I'm going to do this like a rock star. This is ads because it's, that's what Tyler does. He writes really good ads. Hello, in partnership with Somnable Nation, we bring to you FTG Nightmare. Oh, why is that shit on the screen still? Let's start over. Hello, in partnership with Somnable Nation, we bring you FTG Nightmare. Nowhere safe from our folks. We turn happy dreams into a nightmare field for growing bugs. They will regret challenging you. Make them scared to go to sleep with FTG Nightmare. Thank you, Ty Alexander. That's fantastic. Also, thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite, for dropping a deuce in the tip jar.
China is asshole.
You're a lying dog-faced pony show.
In 2010, the Department of Education raided a woman's home with guns for non-payment of student loan. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Now it wants to trans the kids. Now kids have gotten dumber. Give it back to the states like abortion.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you know that the Department of Education, the Department of Education had a procurement of weapons. I can't remember what it was. I remember reading about that. I'm like, why the fuck does the Department of Education need weapons? I don't know. My. Anyway, also in the news today, let's see, I already got Betsy Devos. What is this? Oh, I had Betsy Devos up here twice. Well, you don't need two Betsy Devos. You'll need one Betsy Devos. So let's just cancel that. What the hell did I do? Did I accidentally? Oh, I was still on my bookmarks. I got you. Okay, there we go. Also, a lot of people talking about today is Ulvalde. Now, this is a sensitive subject, and so I'm going to treat it with all the reverence that I do with everything on this show. What the hell did I just do? Did I just close the freaking tab? The hell did I do that? That was stupid. What are you doing, Art? Okay, no, there we go. Where did it go? Oh, God. This is the worst show on the internet, and I appreciate you sticking with me because sometimes it just sucks. All right, let's go. I'm going to find what I was looking for because I accidentally closed the damn tab because I'm a moron. And hopefully it's still on the list here. There it is. All right. Also trending today on Twitter is Ulvalde because there's a new report out on okay, I'm going to try to be reverent. There's a new report out about the failures in Ulvalde. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to open this New York Post article. This is brand new, just out now, while people are talking about Ulvalde. Apparently, this is if this my screen will ever refresh. Cops beg to confront Ulvalde's shooter hour before ending the class. We got to get in there. Texas SWAT chief who was shot while the first storming of Robb Elementary School had repeatedly warned, "We got to get in there," more than 70 minutes before the gunman Salvador Ramos was finally confronted. Body cam footage of Sergeant Eduardo Canales, the head of Ulvalde SWAT team, shows his team cautiously walking through the halls at 11:37 a.m. Just minutes after Ramos had entered, the gunman eventually killed 19 kids and 2 teachers. Watch that door, he warns, before a loud shot ring out as the gunman shoots at them. The footage shows, "Fuck, I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding?" Canales asks. He and others flee from the gunfire, with other angles showing him touching his head to check for a wound. With him, the initial response appears to be Ruben Ruiz, a school police department officer whose wife, Eva Mirles, 44, was one of the 2 teachers slain. "It's my wife's classroom," the officer says as the SWAT commander passes him. Within minutes of being shot, Canales makes it clear how urgent it is for Ramos to be confronted. "Dude, we've got to get in there. We've got to get in there." He just keeps shooting. "We've got to get in there." Canales keeps repeating. Instead, the officers could be heard saying that the Texas Department of Public Safety is sending their people to end the crisis. Even after nearly 400 officers arrive, it would be another 73 minutes after Canales first tries to confront Ramos that officers would finally storm the classroom and kill the deranged school shooter. That came even as officers at the scene were aware of 911 calls coming from the injured children trapped with the school shooter and begging for help. Okay, so we already know this stuff, but the parts that that came up this morning, if my screens let me refresh, is, well, let's look at some stupidity first, because this, I don't know if you know who Amy Siskin is. She's this, she's a lunatic. Anyway, she tweets out, "No one wants to say the quiet part out loud. If the Ulvalde students and teachers were white, the police would have stormed in. Not hung around using cell phones and hand sanitizer machines." Now, a couple interesting points that someone made on this. One, the Ulvalde police are also not white. Most are Latino. Some are like the students and teachers. I think saying the quiet part out loud is, this is someone else saying the quiet part out loud is militarization of the police, and more funding doesn't actually do anything to stop crime, especially mass shootings. To which some nitwit said, "Oh, well, most Hispanic people check the white box in this country. Did you know that?" Well, if they check the white box, then Amy Siskin's first premise is stupid too, because they are white according to you. But so anyway, so obviously some people are quick to make this a racial thing. Oh, if they would have been white people, everyone would have run in and said, "Oh, let's save all the white people." But that's not what happened. Anyway, also the reason this is trending is because there's a new report saying that mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I have the article back here somewhere. I think I have it back here. Did I leave? What did I do with that? Anyway, we'll get to that. But when I saw the report, they're having an after action report, right? And saying, "Oh, mistakes were made." Mistakes were made? No shit! Of course, you idiots! You didn't do your jobs! That was the mistake! Holy shit. Anyway, the reason I brought that up, though, is there's been other events that have come up recently, as over the weekend, regarding these types of events. So I'm going to go back into kind of the topic of the day, is the Pew Pew events. And one of them, the title of the stream today, Smart Loving Shooter. Well, that's a relation to an incident that happened in my neck of the woods this weekend in Minneapolis. There was a officer involved ending event. Police shoot kill man after 6-hour standoff in apartment building. Now, you may have heard about this story, maybe, because, well, you'll find out why you may have heard about it. If you haven't, you will hear about it, because there's a little turmoil in Minneapolis again.
Minneapolis police shot and killed Andrew Sundberg, 20, following an hours-long standoff at an apartment building in the Seward neighborhood where multiple shots were fired. Minneapolis police say the incident started around 9:30 p.m. Wednesday when police responded after a woman called saying that a man shot into her apartment on the 900 block of 21st Avenue South. As officers arrived on the scene, they heard more shots being fired. The Minneapolis Police Department also identified officers involved in the shooting as Aaron Pearson and Zachary Serafine, which I don't know why I even just read those. I don't think they should name the officers right away, but they did. Witnesses across the street from the apartment live streamed the standoff on the Citizen app. Never heard of it. The video shows Minneapolis police talking to Sundberg, standing in the window of the apartment building. As officers arrived on the third floor, they heard additional shots. Officers also saw debris exploding from walls as more shots were fired. Public Information Officer Garrett Parton said on a Thursday morning briefing, quote, officers called for backup and worked to rescue the mother and her two children to safety. Officers also worked to move others they believed to be in danger's way to safety. The focus then became on a man who had isolated himself in the apartment. Minneapolis Police Department crisis team negotiators and MPD SWAT team members responded to the building. Throughout the night, police say they attempted to get Sundberg out of his apartment. They brought his parents to the scene and called him, left him voicemails and video messages. After about 6 hours of negotiation, around 4:30 a.m., officers fired at Sundberg. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. What immediately led up to the shooting is unclear at the time. So that's what we know. And this article was updated. Hasn't been updated for a while, okay? Now, that happened last week. I think it was last Wednesday or Thursday or something like that, right? So Ben Crump, who likes to jump in any kind of racial turmoil cases, particularly when it comes to officers shooting people of melanin-enhanced varieties, tweeted this out, and this is where the name of my title today comes from. Ben Crump says, "This is Teckle." Wait a minute, hang on. This needs some appropriate music. Give me a moment. This is what Ben Crump is attempting to do here. So I need some really. Here we go. Let's try this one. This should be good. This will work. Play. This is Teckle Sundberg. Minneapolis Police Department killed this smart, loving, and artistic 20-year-old after an hours-long standoff while he was experiencing a mental health crisis. We need answers from the Minneapolis Police Department as to why Teckle's mental health crisis became a death sentence. Stop! Ben Crump, please allow me to answer before I read some of the replies to this bullshit. Young Teckle Sandberg, the smart and loving shooter in this incident, was shooting randomly at people in his apartment building, almost killing a mother and her two children, endangering other people, shooting at police, and we don't know why, perchance, the final shots were shot, but after a 6-hour standoff with the guy shooting at police officers, sometimes there's a chance you might get shot yourself. Now, I don't know the complete details, so we're going to get more details later. We're probably going to get some body cam footage. But the idea that loving and artistic, smart 20-year-old who was trying to kill people, maybe, just maybe, it's one of those situations where unless he gives himself up, he might get shot. And he didn't give himself up. Now, I don't know. That may turn out to be that these officers didn't do this correctly, and it's possible. But
This is called poisoning the well against the police officer by calling him he was a smart, loving, artistic 20-year-old. Yes, that's probably what his parents say. I'm sure his parents love him. He's adopted. Then his parents adopted him and they love him and whatever. He wasn't shooting at them. He was shooting at the ghost chasing them. Only he could see. That's possible, Advocate Siabli. By the way, good morning, Brent Hayes, Rock Hopper, and Tarai Deos. Nice to see you here. And why are you so angry? No, not Tarai. I'm not asking why you are so angry. I'm saying this, why are you so angry is here, and also Septus Wolf. Anyway, so this tweet, let's just say that Ben Crump got BTFO'd on this particular tweet. I mean, the ratio on this is pretty incredible. Thousands of replies to his 1,200 maybe likes and a few quote tweets. Sundberg was trying to murder a woman and her 2 children. You soulless, lying asshole. That's a perfect response. And I think you can even, the angels are singing on that one. Now, someone here's, let's see. Here's the other thing. At the time, now this has changed a little bit. So Sundberg's family, the guy who was shooting at people, he had a GoFundMe up on GoFundMe, and it was doing pretty well. In fact, it was doing better than the poor woman and children whose GoFundMe was also set up, but now hers has surpassed it, so that's okay. Anyway, oh my gosh, why did they do this? I hate it when they bury the replies. Some other replies to this. Here's some pictures of where they were shooting, but here's the part that what happened. So they started protesting in Minneapolis about this, right? And okay, here's this is the WCCO version of the story about the woman he was shooting into her apartment, right? Canada Hotep, what's up? Salute to you too, sir. And Manscotch was already here. Okay, gotcha. So this is from our local WCCO, which is the local CBS affiliate. When she heard the first loud bang Wednesday evening, Arabella Yarborough didn't think it was a gunshot. Then a bullet tore through the kitchen wall of her South Minneapolis apartment. She grabbed her 2 sons, ran into the bedroom, and called 911. It marked the start of a 6-hour standoff in the Seward neighborhood that ended Thursday morning with police snipers fatally shooting 20-year-old Andrew Teckle Sundberg. Yarborough told WCCO that bullets were flying through her apartment as she ran to unlock her metal door to let officers inside. I said, please, go get my kids, Yarborough said, describing what she told first responders. So they hurry up and they are trying to dodge bullets to go get the kids. The guy's still shooting into the apartment through the wall. The single mom says she feared for their lives. I felt we weren't going to make it, she said with emotion in her voice. Yarborough was outside the building though through the night as officers tried to negotiate with Sundberg. The police were really patient because he was still shooting at us, Yarborough said. Police had every right to kill him, kill that man, black or white. That right there, police did their job. They took their time. While looking at photos of bullet holes in her home, Yarborough said she felt traumatized. The images show several bullet holes in her kitchen, wall, bathroom, front door, and windowsills. Now, there's more to read in the story. So anyway, in Minneapolis, of course, because this is a police-involved shooting, the activists and opportunists immediately started protesting around her house, right? And so here's the scene that happened. This is her, the woman whose apartment was being shot into, and listen to the activist yelling at her because she got pissed off, and she's like, "Why are you protesting for this asshole who was trying to kill me and my kids?"
Give me my idols because you guys are celebrating his life.
It was a terror. I'm sure it was a terror.
This is not okay.
You're alive.
It's heart-wrenching.
Shut up.
Now, did you hear that? She's yelling at them because they're celebrating this guy's life who was shooting at her and got killed. And she's saying, you're out here celebrating his life. This is not okay. This man tried to kill me and my kids. And some asshole says, shut up. You're alive. Excuse me? Excuse me? Anyway.
Just let it go. Grief in silence. This is not okay. This is not a George Floyd situation. George Floyd was unarmed. He was unarmed.
Again,
This is
some
not
asshole, you're
okay.
alive.
My kids have to deal with this and probably have a mental illness now because they almost lost their life. There's bullet holes in my kitchen because he sat in the fucking hallway.
Not in you, though,
watching
some
my
asshole
movie.
yells. There's no, yeah, you know why there's no bullets in her? Because she called the police. The police came and tried to do their job. Okay? And this asshole kept shooting at him. Now, I don't know. Yeah, you're alive because he was killed. Exactly. You advocatus diably. Fuck around and find out. Yes, exactly. San. Oh, to fuck around is human. To find out is divine. Hello, Grouchy Gamer 2. And I said Esposito. Anyway, so.
This should never happen either. That I don't have a place to call home. I can't sleep that night.
She's obviously going through a moment.
This is not okay.
This is what they want to show on the TV. She's obviously going through a moment.
And these people are worried about what they want to show on TV. You know what? How about y'all just go home and wait and find out what happened? Like there's there's so much. Because now it's just like you get to be a part of something if you're gonna jump into one of these protests now. You get to be a part of something. You just get to feel better about something. You ain't mad about something here. You don't know the situation. You know this woman's telling you that this man was trying to kill her. Get the fuck out of her, away from her apartment. You know, I'm sorry. This is crazy, man.
Not okay. Just go home. Go home. Because none of you guys knocked on that man's door to check his house.
Shut up. He come to my house. Shut up, nigga. You're fucking
No, you guys did not come. He did not. You guys did not come and visit that man. This is not the time. This is not the time or the place. It wasn't. This is not. It don't matter. It don't matter. Get away from me. Don't put your hands
Well, don't step in her face. Don't put your hands on me. She's up walking right up in her face. And she's saying, this is not the time? This is not the time what? The victim of a crime is telling you that this was not a good person. They're up here celebrating this asshole. Now, he may have been having a mental health crisis, but he was doing it with a gun and shooting it at people and cops and everyone around him and indiscriminately into her apartment. I don't care if he's having a mental health crisis. Sometimes you have to shoot somebody who's having a mental health crisis if they're shooting at you. You can't go, oh, hey, can I come over there and rub your arm gently and try to calm you down? No, because you got bullets flying at you. This is ridiculous. Look, when the police are wrong, I will say the police are wrong. I have no evidence that they were wrong in this one yet. Unless they show me some, I'm just going to say I feel for this woman and these people, you know, out here screaming in front of her where she lives with her children who are just in the sights, you know, in the line of gunfire. I can see why she would be upset.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Get away from me. Get away. No, because you think it's okay to get on my kid's in the car. My kid's in the car. My black kid is in the car. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. He tried to kill me in front.
I feel sorry for this woman. And the fact that she's going to have to deal with them now. I'm glad she's out there yelling at them, though, telling them what's up. So anyway, mom shot at by Tekel Sundberg expresses outrage. Family says both incidents deserve attention. What started as a rally for a man shot and killed by Minneapolis police quickly took a turn after the mother of two nearly hit by the bullets while inside her apartment showed up to share her story on Saturday afternoon. Arabella Yarbrough was cooking food for her children Wednesday night when she says Tekel Sundberg fired bullets into their home, nearly hitting them. Police responded and helped Yarbrough escape when, according to police, Sundberg also fired at officers. That led to a 6-hour standoff outside the building that lasted until Minneapolis Police Department snipers killed the 20-year-old early the next morning. I literally had 5 minutes to live while he had 6 hours to choose life or death. Ding. Yeah, that's just it. You know, all those white people you talk about, they take them alive. They take their shooter alive. Oh, because they're white people. No, because usually those white people that when they say they take the shooter alive, usually because they gave themselves up just like the black people who give themselves up and don't get shot. Why do you think there's so many brothers in prison? They didn't shoot all them brothers in prison because they either gave themselves up or they got taken without incident. Well, this was a fucking found and find out moment. You know, I'm sorry. I can't take it. Anyway, she says, I literally had 5 minutes to live while he had 6 hours to choose life or death. The police stated they did not want to kill him, Yarbrough told Fox 9. He confronted activists at a protest for Sundberg and against police violence on Saturday. A Fox 9, because see, Ben Crump also was tweeting out, oh, come to the rally this time on 2 days from now. For Yarbrough, Sundberg's case is different from those of other well-known black people killed by police. That man was armed. George Floyd was not armed. Breonna Taylor was not armed. Amir Locke, he was armed, and he had his own guns, but they came into his home while he was licensed to carry and killed. He did not fire. This man intentionally tried to kill us, said Yarbrough. Both Yarbrough and Sundberg's family say things could have ended differently if he was able to get the mental health support he needed. You know what? I know I feel bad for his parents, but the mental health support probably should have happened earlier, and it has nothing to do with him shooting at people. Once he's shooting at people, there's no time for mental health support. Again, you can't go over there and just rub his arm gently because he's got a gun in the hand that's shooting at you. Cindy and Mark Sundberg adopted Tekel from Ethiopia when he was just 4 years old. My heart goes out to that woman, Yarbrough. She went through a very traumatic event with those bullets coming through her house, said Mark Sundberg. Well, he acknowledges that. I think this is probably him. Let's see. Oh, wait, Attorney Jeff Storm says his team has made a formal request for body camera footage of the incident. He says they still have no information on what prompted MPD to shoot. I don't know, a 6-hour standoff, probably. That, who knows? Tekel's parents also spoke. They adopted him from Ethiopia when he was 4, expressed remorse that Yarbrough experienced the night of the standoff, but said the shooting of their son did not need to happen. Were they there? How do they know? Are they jumping the gun? No pun intended. How do they know that the shooting didn't need to happen? How do they know? How do they know that was the only resolution? And maybe it wasn't. I'm not saying it was, but y'all are jumping the gun. Along with their attorney, they emphasized with the terror Yarbrough felt that night, but said their son should still be here. Yeah, you know what? You are absolutely right. Your son should still be here. Once the police were surrounding him, he should have put down his weapon and came out and surrendered. That he would still be here. That's one way he could still be here. It's 2 different incidents. It's the shots going through her wall and what we are here for when Tekel was shot, said Mark Sundberg. We can do both things. We can feel terribly for this woman, but also remember that Tekel should be here with us and should be alive, and we can ask Minneapolis police to do better. How do you know they didn't do better? You haven't given a chance to show you the body cam footage. I'm sorry. It's the city attorney's office is in the process of reviewing body cam footage for the fatal encounter, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is the other part. It's funny because, so they got a GoFundMe page has been established to help Yarbrough. At the same time, a fundraiser has been created for the Sundberg family. That's fascinating because he is a suspect in a crime. I'm pretty sure GoFundMe doesn't allow people to have fundraisers for suspects in a crime, but since he's dead, I'm assuming they're allowing the family to have one. Let's take a look at the GoFundMes now. Let's take a look at the GoFundMes because I'm curious. So this is the one for Ms. Yarbrough, which it's at 40. They had a $10,000 goal. It's at $49,100 because this is getting national attention now. But originally, when I first looked at this, she was at about 1,000, and he was at 14,000. Or the families was. Now the families is at 19,000 of a 20. Oh, they raised the goal because it was 15,000. They moved up. Now, so that's at 19,000. So, I want to read. Here's what I want to do too. Let's read how they worded the GoFundMes. This will be interesting. Hi, everyone. I'm raising money for my younger sisters, Arabella Foss Yarborough, and her 2 young boys, ages 4 and 2, after learning her job terminated her today. They terminated her? Now, that's interesting. I wonder what that's about. She spent hours that prior night behind police holding her small children tightly after narrowly escaping her apartment as her neighbors who lived across the street or across the hall stalked her movement through the wall and opened gunfire into her apartment. He had been harassing her and stalking her for months. This is new. Now, again, I can't verify the veracity of any statements in either of these GoFundMes, but we're going to keep going. Her apartment is a crime scene. She is not allowed to retrieve anything, even with police escort. She now has no job, no identification, wallet, clothes for herself or children. My little sister is strong, but she is breaking and needs more help than our family can provide at this time. So I'm reaching out to the community. Anything would help so she can at least cover her standing bills while she gains new employment and focuses on her and her boys' mental health and emotional health. Update on the 16th. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has donated to show emotional support for my sister and her sons. This is a tragic situation. I am grateful for the Minneapolis Police Department for getting my sister and nephews out alive. The boys are so strong during the day, but their nightmares wake us all at night. It sounds crazy to say it out loud, but I'd rather be woke up by them crying than to never hear their voices again. It's an unimaginable feeling of relief, sorrow, but all of you have been so nice and caring and generous. It's overwhelming. So I just wanted to let you know that we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. All right. Now, let's look at the GoFundMe for the shooter in this situation. TS Family Funds. Tech, 20 years old, a brother, uncle, son, friend, talented artist, hilarious, energetic human. His life was taken too soon by the Minneapolis Police Department. By choice of his actions. Tech was killed on the morning of his mother's birthday. He leaves behind many loving family members and friends. And his family is allowed to mourn. I mean, obviously this has got to be tough for them. It's got to be really tough for them. You don't want your child to be dead, first of all, and not in this way or any way, but in this way is especially hard. So I can understand why they are absolutely scrutinizing this, but again, it's clear that this guy was shooting at people. Taco was killed on the... Okay, I said that. Funds will go toward funeral expenses, food, and helping the youngest siblings in the family. Please gather around the amazing Sunbird family during this tragic time. Okay, so that's... You know what? That's fine. They're helping his family out. Then the fundraiser at 90%, thanks to love and support. So they didn't editorialize a lot in their GoFundMe, so I can understand. That's fine with me. So anyway, these links are going to be in the tabs down below. The one tab link in the second paragraph, I will update that during the outro, so you can see all of these. Now in Greenwood Park. I don't even know what state this is. Indiana, Greenwood Park, Indiana. There was a mall shooting. Here's the update for the Greenwood Police Department. Chief Jim Isom confirmed 3 people are dead and 2 others are injured following a shooting at the food court. An armed citizen at the mall shot and killed the suspect. Was that a good guy with a gun? So here's the story. I'll give you 2 versions of the story. Here's the local television station version of the story. 3 people are dead and 3. Okay, let's see. Let's just. They're still. What is this? Is this?
And send out our heartfelt condolences.
Okay, I guess that's. I thought it was just a regular video, but it's. I don't want to watch that. Is there? I'm gonna skip that. Hang on. let's just skip it over here. 2 people killed in the mall shooting. Here's the AP article. 3 people were fatally shot and 2 were injured Sunday evening at Indiana Mall after a man with a rifle opened fire in a food court and an armed civilian shot and killed him, police said. The man entered the Greenwood Park Mall with a rifle and several magazines of ammunition and began firing in the food court, Greenwood Police Chief Jim Eisen said. The 22-year-old from nearby Bartholomew County who was illegally carrying a firearm. Hang on, sorry. Let's turn that off. Sorry, guys. Okay. A 22-year-old from nearby Bartholomew County who was legally carrying a firearm at the mall shot and killed the gunman, Eisen said at a news conference. 4 of those hit by gunfire were females and 1 was male. He did not immediately know the specific gender or age of those who were killed. He said a 12-year-old girl was among those 2 injured, both of whom were in stable condition. Police confiscated a suspicious backpack that was in the bathroom near the food court. Officers went to the mall at about 6 p.m. for reports of the shooting. The real hero of the day is the citizen that was lawfully carrying a firearm in that food court and was able to stop the shooter almost as soon as he began. The mass shooting was just the latest to unnerve Americans. In 2022, schools, churches, grocery stores, and a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois have all become killing grounds in recent months. Still, the reality of America's staggering murder rate can often be seen more clearly in individual deaths that rarely make the news. That is true because usually they only care about certain incidents. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police had multiple other agencies are assisting in the investigation. We are sickened by yet another type of incident like this in our country. Indianapolis Assistant Chief of Police Chris Bailey said there was no threat to the area Sunday night. Authorities said Greenwood is a south suburb of Indianapolis with a population of about 60,000. Mayor Mark Myers asked for prayers to the victims and the first responders. This tragedy hits the core of our community, Myers said in a statement. Authorities said they would provide more details on Monday, which today is Monday. So a couple things are trending in the news because of this. One of them is the term Good Samaritan. Apparently, some people don't like the fact that some people called this the good guy with the gun a Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan in Indiana deserves a Presidential Medal of Freedom, not the purple-haired soccer chick. Apparently that little title that they put up here has gone away because it's refreshed. But and that's me because I put it in my thing this morning. Look at here's one. Good Samaritan who killed mall shooter. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to show you a Newsweek article. But this Adrian Norman tweeted this. Look at the biased framing of the story, as if the wannabe mass shooter didn't ignore the no weapon signs as well. So here's how Newsweek framed it. Good Samaritan who killed mall shooter broke property rules against guns. As Adrian said, didn't the potential mass shooter also break property rules against guns? The Good Samaritan who shot and killed the gunman who opened fire in the Greenwood Park Mall in Indiana on Sunday afternoon reportedly broke the property's policy against weapons. The suspected shooter entered the mall on Sunday carrying a rifle and multiple magazines and opened fire in the food court, killing at least 3 people and injuring 3 before he was shot to death. Greenwood Police Chief Jim Eisen said the suspected shooter was killed by, quote, a Good Samaritan with a handgun, end quote. While the armed bystander reportedly had a legal gun permit, the mall's property policy does not permit weapons on the premises. The mall is owned by Simon Property Group, and the group's code of conduct, last updated on April of 2020, lists no weapons as number 3. The code of conduct also states, as all Simon shopping centers expressly retain the right to revise or modify this code of conduct as necessary. Any exceptions to this code of conduct will be determined by local center management in its sole discretion. While it's unclear if the Samaritan will face any repercussions for breaking property policy by carrying a handgun, Greenwood Mayor Mark Myers praised the person in a statement on Sunday night, saying, "Someone we are calling a good Samaritan was able to shoot the assailant and stop further bloodshed. This person saved lives tonight. On behalf of the city of Greenwood, I am grateful for his quick action and heroism in this situation." Now, here's my question. Do you think Newsweek thinks that the mall should press charges against the guy who stopped this gunman? Also, I'm curious, is it possible that the mall may change their policy? Simon says, no guns. Yeah, right? This is some fascinating shit, I gotta tell you. Newsweek is bitching because the guy who saved the day broke the rules. Would it not be extremely ironic if the mall cited him for trespassing? The bystander, who was only identified as a 22-year-old from Bartholomew County, was able to stop the shooter almost as soon as it began. Sunday's shooting came just weeks after new laws in the state lifted the permit requirements to carry a handgun. On July 1st, the law allowing people 18 or older to carry a handgun in public without a permit in Indiana, except for reasons such as having a felony conviction, went into effect. Another shooting occurred in a park in Beech Grove, roughly 7 miles north of Greenwood. At about 10 p.m. Sunday, 4 people were shot and one was pronounced dead at the scene. The other victims were taken to the hospital. Okay, so that's just local news there. And then they brought up Ulvalde. The Sunday shooting followed the deadly shooting in Ulvalde, Texas, where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed at Robb Elementary School in late May. Boy, I bet they wish they could have had a citizen with a gun there, because the police were certainly useless, weren't they? Indiana State Representative Mitch Gore tweeted on Sunday night following the Greenwood Park Mall shooting, "It's too soon to assess what could have been done to prevent this specific incident." Well, the good guy with the gun prevented a good deal of it, didn't he? But what should be abundantly clear is that as a society and as a government, he writes in all caps, we are utterly failing at addressing gun violence. Clearly, new approaches are urgently needed. Really? Just gun violence? Because there's a lot of other kinds of violence out there killing people too. But you only care about the gun violence. Maybe there's a violence problem. Newsweek reached out to Greenwood Police Department for additional comment, but it doesn't appear that they got it. So, I just find it fascinating. Now, again, people are mad about people using the term Good Samaritan. Oh, good Lord. Brady president paints Good Samaritan with a handgun as a vigilante. This guy kills an active shooter and someone's bitching about him being a vigilante. In case you hadn't heard about it, the shooter opened fire yesterday at the Greenwood Park Mall in Greenwood, Indiana, killing 3 people and leaving at least 2 people injured. And then they tell the story about the I almost said it, the good guy with the gun who stopped the assailant, right? Did you catch that? The shooter was taken down by a concealed carrier who likely saved countless lives by taking such swift action. The 22-year-old man is being described as a good Samaritan. Needless to say, the fine folks at the Brady campaign have been quick to denounce the shooting, at least the shooting of the shooter, that is. This is the Chris Brown, president of the Brady campaign, who's an basically anti-gun group. Here's what we're not going to do. Continue to uplift the NRA myth of a good guy with a gun. Let me be clear. If more guns made us safer, America would be the safest country in the world. We need sensible gun laws, not vigilante safety nets. Oh my. Vigilante safety nets? Beg your pardon? Brady president calls armed civilian who stopped yesterday's mall shooting a vigilante. It's a myth, and it's bad that it happened. Disgraceful. Gunman shot and killed 3 people and injured 2 others at a mall in Greenwood, Indiana. The tragedy comes after Indiana repealed its requirement. Oh, that's just her writing that again. The gunman using a rifle, not a handgun. So what does the permit repeal have to do with anything? The shooter was stopped by a citizen who was legally concealed carrying. So the permit repeal is relevant, just not the agenda that they're trying to push. Anyway, yeah, whatever. Jimmy Doss Hotep, what's up, man? Good morning. All right, I'm going to move on because I need to get through with this day. I'm not there. There's a legal insurrection over the weekend, had multiple articles regarding the American political landscape that is shifting beneath our feet in ways that could change everything, especially talking about something that they're calling the Great Realignment, which is interesting. Here's one of the articles. The Great Realignment, Democrats increasingly the party of elite white people, Republicans increasingly racially diverse and working class. Now, and this is because of an article that Josh Cruashar, or whatever his name is, in Axios wrote. The Democrats had a plan. They called it Demography is Destiny. Democrats were going to ride race and ethnicity to permanent power, to pigeonhole Republicans as the party of the shrinking elite whites. A funny thing happened on the way to the Democrats' great replacement theory. Democrats became the party of the elite and woke whites, the party of Karen. We've seen plenty of evidence of a realignment. Trump received a higher percentage of Latino votes than any prior Republican nominee. Non-white Republican candidates, particularly women, are rising stars. Democrats are so worried that their media outlets are stoking fear of Republican far-right Latinas. And remember that article in CNN about these? Well, basically they said these aren't real Latinas. No true Scotsman, right? So we've documented this trend, so it will not come up as a surprise of legal insurrection readers. And there's several articles you can read within the article. But Josh Cruashar at Axios reports on the Great Realignment. Shifts in the demographics of the two-party supporters taking place before our eyes are arguably the biggest political story of our time. The big picture: Republicans are becoming more working class and more multiracial. Democrats are becoming more elite and more white.
You're fucking a white male!
Why it matters? Democrats' hope for retaining power rest on non-white voters remaining a reliable part of the party's coalition. Democrats' theory of the case collapses if Republicans make even incremental gains with those voters, which is really happening among those Hispanic voters. It's kind of funny because they were just like, oh, let's bring as many of these people across the border as we can. Let's make them all citizens because they'll vote for us. And then they come over here, they find out that you Democrats are calling them Latinx or Latinx, whatever the fuck you call them anyway. And they're like, what the fuck is that? Who the fuck are these idiots? And also, they're Catholics and strong family kinds of peoples and shit. And so they're like, well, these people want to turn my boy into a girl. And they're like, yeah, no, senor, no. Anyway, even small inroads with Hispanic voters could tip a number of Democratic-held swing seats to the GOP. Here are some of the details leading to to this conclusion, particularly a collapse of support for Democrats among Latinos. What the data shows, Democrats are statistically tied with Republicans among Hispanics in the generic congressional ballot. Now that should be scaring the shit out of them because it used to be like 60-40. They've become even among Hispanics. According to the New York Times, Siena College poll out this week, Democrats held a 47-point edge with Hispanics in the 2018 term. 40. Oh, I thought he said worse. Yeah, it's 47, 60, 40. No, it's only 20. So it's even worse than that.
An NBC poll found in April found Democrats held a 38-point lead among women with college degrees, up from 10 points from 2010. Democrats lost ground with nearly every other demographic group tested in the survey. If demography, demography, like demography, still is destiny, then Democrats are on the wrong side of history. I think that's hilarious. And so they put up several articles, but here's the Axios article I'll put in here too. In fact, let's see. What's happening? Democratic strategists say the party's biggest vulnerability is assuming that the priorities of progressive activists are the same as those of working class voters. Like, because the progressive activists are saying some stupid shit that the people of the melanated type do not like. Progressive activists led the push to cut police budgets. Communities of color have borne the brunt of higher crime. Yeah, because the people who live in those communities do not want to cut police budgets. They want more police protection. Hispanics living in the U.S. and Mexico border are more likely to favor tougher border security measures than Republicans have championed. Yeah, not just a wall. They wanted, well, I don't want to say an iron curtain because that wouldn't be cool because they don't like communism. The recall of liberal school board members and district attorneys in San Francisco was fueled by disillusioned Asian American Democrats. Between the lines, add a reality of growing inflation and worries of recession, you see why Democrats are losing ground with a core part of their coalition. Wealthier Americans are not feeling the day-to-day hardship hitting the working class. This week, the Times Siena poll found affluent voters who care about gun control and abortion rights. Working class voters are squarely focused on the economy. Duh! Reality check. Suburban districts still make up a majority of congressional battlegrounds, and the GOP's Trumpified brand remains a threat to limit their gains. But Republican candidates holding extreme views on abortion or echoing Trump's election lies, they like to say lies, are still toxic in the suburbs. Yeah, but you know what? Not everyone in the suburbs is doing all that great either. When you're paying double for your grocery bills, people remember that even more. Think Jimmy Carter. Anyway. And then since the Supreme Court abortion ruling, Democrats have made small gains in the national polls, but they were the ones in which they were underwater. So I'm going to finish up just a couple. Let's see. Oh, and then there's a good thread by Glenn Greenwald on this. I think that might be all I have today anyway. I'm going to close this link here. I also have an article from Legal Insurrection just talking about race and gender quotas. In the 2021 infrastructure law have been challenged by an immigrant who fled communist Romania. So this immigrant that's doing business is suing the federal government. You can read that one later. But Glenn Greenwald, Axios, we're seeing political alignment in real time. Dems are becoming the party of upscale voters concerned more about social issues. GOP is quietly building a multiracial coalition of working class voters. While the corporate press pushes self-serving narrative that the Trump-led GOP is a white supremacist party devoted to implementing a white nationalist dictatorship, Latino voters are rushing to the GOP, while the GOP has its most diverse class ever in 2022. And there's a few, especially down in Texas, some of those congressional seats have some Hispanic Republican women running. There's 3 in particular down there that are probably going to take those seats, 2 of them being turning seats, because 2 of those seats were Democrats, and we already got the one, what the hell was her name? Well, whatever her name is. We just talked about her the other day. She'll probably win that seat again in 2022. Anyway, but that's the point. Dems rely on a slice of well-off socially liberal voters, thus now have a bigger advantage among white college graduates than non-white voters. In other words, the exact kind of people who work in national media are Democrats, hence these false narratives. Also, I have to laugh because the Democrats is a party of liberal white women. I'm just telling you. It just is. Van Jones even said it himself. CNN Van Jones leaves panel in shock after slamming the elitism of the Democratic Party. Here's Van Jones.
Becoming a party of the very high and the very low. If you pull out the working class, you've got people who are very well educated and very well off. Those people talk funny. Latinx, I've never met a Latinx. I've never met a BIPOC. I've never met, all this weird stuff that these highly educated people say. It's bizarre. Nobody talks that way at the barbershop, nail salon. the grocery store, the community center, but that's how we talk now. So that's weird. And then the people who are very low down on the economic ladder need a bunch of stuff. You wind up over-promising, oh, we're going to give you reparations to people at the bottom of the economic ladder, talking weird to appeal to people at the top of the economic ladder, and the working class walks away from you. That is the danger we're facing of becoming a part.
All right, so are they going to figure it out, or are they just going to get destroyed? And I'm happy if they get destroyed. Let them think that because look, you know that whole great replacement theory they were bitching about, like Tucker Carlson's talking about this conspiracy, great replacement theory, which the Democrats themselves have been pushing for years, talking about, oh, this country's becoming browner, it's becoming more brown, and there's fewer whites, and it's going to be Democrats forever, right? Except y'all motherfuckers are talking stupid shit left and right, and people are going, men can have babies. What the fuck are you talking about? You want my kids to go to the magic closet in school and change their gender without you telling me? Oh, you want to let 13-year-olds start taking hormones without my permission? We're talking about we're in like filling our math books with, you know, race shit. Can we vote for somebody else? Oh, these guys don't like that either. They're finding a common, commonality with the people that Democrats don't understand. And it's crazy, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's got to be the end of the day because I'm out of time. But I want to thank you for those of you here at the beginning of the show. Just remember, this show sucks at times, but not always. I sometimes can bring it back, and sometimes I just laugh at myself. But you know what? I appreciate those of you who stick with me and bring new people here and continue to support the show by being in the chat and saying funny stuff. Bye. Good morning, ZZ. I see you there. And I appreciate y'all just coming back because sometimes this show sucks. I'm just saying. Anyway, thanks for being here. Please, if you haven't done so already, put a comment in the comment section if you're watching a replay. Hit the like button. Share the stream before, during, and after. And you can sponsor the show at pdognight.live 24 hours a day in that upper right-hand corner where you can watch the show, you can chat, and you can put nickels in the tip jar here and there. Thank you to our sponsor today, Chicago Mike, FTG Farms Inc., aka Ty Alexander, and Black Keeper Israelite.
That's right.
And Mike and Chicago Mike, you are the Streamlabs superstar sponsor of the day, despite what that up there says, because I forgot to reset the shit. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to go to my other place of employment for a couple hours. Then I'm going to come home and lay in the pool and just take a nap, and maybe I'll be better tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, right here on the P-Dog Night channel. Everyone, thank you so much. Here's my new outro. I'll be updating that link in the next minute, and I'll put a note in the chat when it is complete. Thank you. My name is P-Dog Night. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.